This year's McFarlane has been interesting. And when I mean interesting, I mean the figures they released this year alone was surprising. Now, today I'm going to show you the ones that I got this year and my honest opinions about them. There were some that I weren't going to get until I just did. To get started off, we got quite a bit of figures. To start off, we are going with Owlman. I don't know if this will focus well because it's ass. Yeah, it won't. But this figure is obviously Owlman, but this man, wow, hey, man. This figure is honestly really decent. The movement is really nice. Even this rubber here is really soft, so you can move it. I'm trying to not move it so you can focus. Why is it doing that? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this figure is really good. The movement, he doesn't come with accessories. I wish he did come with some like punching hands or some gripping hands. But the ones he got are more of these like open hands, which I don't hate, but I don't love. What I do like about the figure, though, if I just turn him around, this cape they gave him. Shy if I click because I need to make it focus. This cape is a unique feeling. It's not like the Hush Batman one. It's a more easy moving one, which I really like. Honestly, this figure would be my top 20 for Owlman. This was a Walmart exclusive, if I'm correct. But then in the UK, Amazon started selling them. And that's how I managed to get it. For me, I got it for under 20 quid. So I'm happy with that. Now, this is a figure I wasn't going to get because I didn't like the look of it. But I gave it and bought it. Connor Kent, the clone of Superman and Lex Luthor. As you see, he was a McFarlane Collector's Edition. Now, the one thing that was putting me off when getting him was the face. I did not like the face from the pictures I've seen. I did buy him secondhand. I didn't buy him off McFarlane. I didn't buy it off any shops. I found him off someone and I bought it. I like it. Now, as you notice, he has one gripping hand and one moving hand. He has two other hands. One is an open hand, if I remember, or it's actually a closed hand. My other problem, though, this hand here, the reason why it's stuck, or the one I keep in as a pointing finger, is because the fist I got with him would not stay on. It would keep moving. But I'm not going to let that change my feelings about the figure. I really like it. Also, because it's a collector's, it came with, if it comes off, it comes with this interesting, like, debris kind of thing. But, like, this figure is really, really nice. Would I tell people to buy him? Yes. But I want to go for the other version, which was the Platinum, which all they'd done was just made the pants a light blue. It wasn't worth it. Now, this one's a new one. Red Hood Outlaw. Now, I have problems with this figure, but I think this problem is more for the one I got. I paid full price for it. Now, as you see, he's holding a gun. McFarlane will not give, DC characters guns. Why? Because they're not allowed to. which is weird because I'm going to bring another figure that's not related. The Flashpoint Batman has guns. It came with guns, but they just don't, which I never understood. Now, my problems with this figure, I really love the design of it, by the way. Look, see there. Look. Boom. And this hand here is loose. It won't pop off, but it's that easy to move where, see, like, I'm not even putting that much force. Now, he comes with 2 hands and 2 accessories, a crowbar and a katana. Now, this crowbar is dead flimsy. What's the best way of showing this? There. It's really this one out of the ones I got is dead easy to move. I want to say they did good with the figure, but I think it's more of the one I got just did not, come out as well. Now, this one I hate but love. This is Nightwing from Batman Nightfall. My problem with the figure. The little joint things here are not painted. So look, if I do this, you see the blue, which, okay, I can kind of get away from that. What's my other problem? The hands are really, like, wow. But I think that's good, because Nightwing, as you know, is like that. So that's what I love. This figure comes with so many hands, though, which I think is a big improvement. I really do like this figure, and I just think what I don't like about it is just I'm not a big fan of the head sculpt. Now, as I say, these are my issues with him, but I really don't like it. I don't know why. I think it's just more like, you see like how weird it looks where it just doesn't continue. But yeah, you can still get him for, like, I got him for 20 quid, by the way. That's like, for McFarlane's, that's cheap. But would I recommend going out your way to get him? No. Now, this one is one I wasn't going to buy when it showed up pre-orders, but ended up buying him because, let's say, I got really interested about it. Now, this one is called Batman Superman Fusion. Now, this one, from the description, it's basically Superman and Batman as one. Now, I really, not sure if I get a bit too loud here because I gotta go up to camera. I love this figure. As I said, I didn't give this figure a chance when it came out, but now that I have it, I do regret not pre-ordering it. Can you get him now? Yes, of course, he's the brand new. But his head mold, I really do like. The amount of detail, and he comes with 2 hands, by the way. But, okay, he comes with these batarangs. You get 3 of these green batarangs, and they're so nice. I do love this logo, though, they've done for him. But I say people aren't going to buy this figure just because of the look. But it has so much good details on it. And, like, I really would recommend people to buy it. Yes, it looks a bit ugly, I can say, but I really do like it. The platinum version has, like, transparent green legs, and the belt is like a dark orange. I don't like that. I do like the legs of it, but I would say if you're going for one version, go for the original one, because I really do like it. Now, this one I bought off someone. Why did I buy off someone? Here's the reason why. This figure is no other than Lucius Fox. Now I'm going to move the camera a bit forward for this. Because this figure, the only way to get this version of the figure, you had to buy the tumbler. If you don't know what the tumbler is, the tumbler was, well, is Batman's tank from The Dark Knight. Here's the card, by the way. But it comes with like an AI description, which it talks about Bane. Why, McFarlane? I feel like for a company that really loves these figures, why are you doing that? This figure really interested me. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Dark Knight movies, I'm going to be honest. But they captured, they really captured the likeness of Morgan Freeman here. Now, he comes with another accessory, which is like a little, I can't remember from the movie, but that's like a little remote for the tumbler. And he comes with quite a bit of hand. Now, this accessory I'm going to have to just grab over here. This. Now, you might say it's just a box. Well, it's actually hard doing this with one hand. It's actually all of the Dark Knight's stuff. Now, from up close, it's just, right, you can't take them out. But from far away, as like an accessory, this is really nice. But like, if you want to do like a role play kind of thing with them, then that's the best thing. I say with this figure though, it carries the tumbler overall, from what I heard. People say they would rather buy the figure, which they did do a platinum one, but it's the one of him at the end of the movie in his fully black suit. Now, the next figure we're going with is another, I think it was a Target exclusive, or was it Walmart? I can't remember. It's now the Cassandra Cain figure. Okay, I'm going to move the light a bit. There we go. The Cassandra Cain figure. Now, I don't know if you can see it properly, but she's got a wired cloth cape, which I'm going to tell you now. This cloth cape, I like. My only problems with it is I feel like if I pose the cape too much, the wire will break through the fabric, and that's not a thing you would want to hear about of a figure. But if you know, it's Cassandra Cain, the adopted daughter of Bruce. She was trained by the Assassins. Was it League Assassins? Yep, League of Assassins by her mother and father. This figure, I tell you now, is the only McFarlane version of her. Now, would I recommend you gain this figure? Yes. You'll gain a cloth cape. You gain a cloth cape with this figure. Now, cloth capes now are more common, but when she came out, it was 50-50 on those odds. Now, if you were a collector, you might know this one, but in the UK, you can still get this figure right now. This is the red accent. Well, what's the official name of it? The black and white accent variant of the new 52 Red Hood. This one is a collector's. Now, it's a big bad. What's a big bad boy? Big bad. What's it called? Okay, I got the box still, so don't you worry. It's a big bad toy store exclusive 2024. Now, this is an accent that I think everyone should buy. Lucky enough for you, I do own the original 52 figure to compare. Now, there's a issue with this figure alone, and it's this hand. It pops off easily. Now with this one, I didn't find issues with it. It was the unmasked I found loads of issues with. But this one, I don't know what they changed. But that hand never popped off for me. I tried the same things I've done with that one. That one never popped off. I own 2 of these ones. One to play with, one to keep in the box. I can still get more. And I really do love. Now, if I had to choose out of these 2, I would choose this one, obviously. But I love this one a lot. Now, this one is one I really wanted for a while. But this one is a re-release and a page puncher. Deathstroke. This one, as you see, is blue and yellow. Yellow? Orange. This one, it was the page puncher release. Now, what caught my eye on this one to get, I have the original and the Arkham Origins one, which I will do a video of that one in the future. But this is my reason. This one has the colours I love. It comes with loads of accessories, plus it comes with, okay, and you get the other one for you. This weird, I don't know, crowbar kind of weapon. But I really do like this figure. It feels great compared to the original. The accessories are way better. But this one, what also intrigued me, you're getting an unmasked version of his head, which is amazing. Okay, I'm going to move it just so it doesn't roll away. But this figure, though, this is one of my first page punchers, and another page puncher I'm going to talk about in a bit, which I will give so much praise to because I love it. But this one, ooh, if you don't own a Deathstroke, buy this one. You won't regret it. Now, this figure, I cannot say the same, sadly. This one, Todd McFarlane released a tease of it, and it sounded really cool because this figure has a thing that no other McFarlane figure ever had. You could change the cape between a wired and a sculpted. This one is the Night People's Batman. Now, this figure, I'm sorry to say this, I do love the design. I like how he looks. I'm just going to shine the light a bit more on him. I love the way he looks. I feel like Todd McFarlane has done well to represent the card of him, even though the card is just this. What's my problem with it? Well, if I show you here, I'm going to move the arm lightly. I move the other arm. Oh, you saw it? Maybe just there. Now, that is the head. Now, what's the problem? You can't move the arms without popping the entire head. Now, you can take the head off and change it with the sculpted one, which is this big piece of plastic, which it's heavy. Really heavy. I know people could be like, oh, it can't be that heavy. This figure came with a unique stand. That cape broke one of the pegs on that stand, making it so I can't fully pose people on it. I did put the White Knight Batman on it instead, and it looks way better. I just think it's a real shame that this figure looks really good, but then suffers that little issue. Now, if I am looking to see if anyone in the future are going to, find some way to like fix this one. So you're not stuck with like this because you're limited on the movement with the hands. Everyone else, good. Now, will Todd make more of this sort of figure? I think he will. But he needs to improve on it. I think that my one issue is it's these. It's too close to this and the hand goes up where it just pops off. Would I recommend the figure? No. Sadly, I really dislike it for many reasons, sadly. Now, away from that figure, I was going to rant about it even more, but I feel like why should I rant about a figure that I really, really don't like? Now, this one I pre-ordered as soon as I heard about it. This one is the Batman Reborn. Now, if you know this Batman, you will know this is not Bruce Wayne. This is Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing. The story is that Batman Batman died, he hasn't really, but Dick Grayson took over the mantle as Batman. Now, this figure uses the Nightfall book, which, again, most of the figures now these days are using that book, which is not the best, but it gets the job done. With this figure, though, wow. Love it. The arms work perfectly. The cape is really good. Now, my only problem is the standing, but that's mostly just because I really don't like the McFarlane stands. I'm not going to rant about the stand though, because it's not part of the figure. This figure comes with 3 pairs of hands. The default ones he gets are these fists with these electric shock buttons, which are really, really cool, as you see there. Now, when we heard about him, people asked, are we getting his Robin? Well, guess what we ended up getting later that year? We got Damian Wayne from Batman Reborn as a page puncher. Now, I'm just going to move him to the back because I really need to show you. When I told you back then, early in the video, there's a figure later on we talk so positive about. It's this figure. Now, I know you're going to be like, Wrench, it's just a figure. This figure, which I'm going to have to do it off camera just to pull, he has a wired cape, a hood, like this cool sword, and I'm going to be honest, this figure overall is probably the best Robin figure we ever got. Except for that Tim Drake figure that I've seen, which sadly I could not get my hands on. But I don't mind it since I got an actual good looking Damien. Now, if you know page punchers, you know some of them are not cheap. And yeah, this one I bought with a bundle with the Deathstroke, so that's why it was technically cheaper for me. But I would highly recommend getting this Robin so much. Now, if you were like me and used to love the Arkham games, and I mean the Arkham games, from Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, even Arkham Origins, you will love that McFarlane re-released, because it is a re-release of the Arkham Knight Prestige suit. Now, this figure, wow. Now, as I'm going to tell you, I did not get into McFarlane properly till last year. This year, I properly got into like, what figures do I want to get, what figures do I want to miss out. Luckily, I got my hands on this figure, and I tell you now, you cannot lie to me or tell me anything wrong about this figure. This figure looks straight from the game. It comes with many accessories. It comes with one batarang, one gel gun, and obviously his little electric gun he uses in the games. I think it's City and Night. If I'm right, that's the only ones. But this figure means so much to me. And here's the card, by the way. His card isn't anything special, it's just the cover of the game. But I really love this Batman. And I really love that Kevin Conroy did the character so well, where no other Batman in gaming history could replace him. He did it really well. I'm just going to move the hand down so you can see more of them. Now, to get this suit in the game, you need to get 240%. That means you need to fully 100% the first run, then get the 20%, which is like the DLCs and the Riddler trophies. And then you got to redo all that on the next one. But McFarlane made the original one, and then they ended up making this one, which they didn't tell anyone, by the way. This one was just out. No one knew, but there. Luckily, I managed to get one, and I'm happy about it. Now, to get this figure now would cost you not a lot, but you definitely not on the cheap side. Now, that's why I want to talk about McFarlane. Obviously, I told you one of the figures that I really am sad that I don't like. But now I'm going to show you that the figures that really made McFarlane this year my favourite. One's got to be the Damian Wayne Reborn, Arkham Knight, Batman Reborn, and surprisingly enough, Connor Kent would be on that list as well, which I'm going to leave him there because he doesn't stand as well. But fair enough. Now, I was going to put Deathstroke. My problem is he's more of a re-release. I know I could say the same for him, but I don't really, I love Deathstroke, but I won't put him on that pedestal. But I know people will disagree. I'd have to give the other one there. So my McFarlanes of the year would be these 5. All of these figures are really great in their own way. And again, is Todd McFarlane doing good with these figures? Yes. But then I told you, he tries to do certain things and he messes up. But this is what is the biggest problem with me. That all these figures, I told you some of the prices. They were either 20, 25, or even 30. But now I'm going back to this guy, which I told you I really don't like. He cost me $55. But in the UK, they'll be around 45. Now, I wouldn't never spend that much on a figure, but why I bought it is because they promoted this removable cape that heavily, where it made me buy it. And I do regret it because I do not enjoy the figure. Literally, I just put the figure down and it popped off. Not an enjoyable figure though, sadly. But what are you going to do? But I do love this year's McFarlane so much. But yeah, these are my main favourites of this year. Obviously, I did talk good about the coloured Red Hood, but he wouldn't be in my top 5 of this year. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and comment what other type of videos you want me to do, or if there's any McFarlanes you want me to do. I don't mind it, but obviously I really wanted to just do a video talking about this and just get my thoughts out, because I just feel like my opinion on this kind of matters. But anyways, if you did watch all of this, you are a legend. Thank you for watching, and remember, rat.